Let me ask you something that may stay quietly inside your mind until the very end of this video, because the answer will only reveal itself once you hear the full story. What if the most dangerous influence in our world is not something loud, not something dramatic, not something that openly declares itself, but instead something silent, smooth, and slow? Something that enters people's lives through feelings, through confusion, through moments of weakness, through ideas that look harmless on the outside but slowly harm the inside. And what if this influence has a long history, a rise and fall, a transformation, and a modern shape that many people cannot even recognize until it is too late? And what if the real problem is not a symbol or a ritual, but the way this mindset quietly destroys purpose, peace, and emotional balance? Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I am truly happy that you are here because today's topic will not only help you understand something deep and important about human life and society, but it will also help you improve your English in a very natural way, since every word you will hear today is simple, smooth, and easy to use in daily conversation, and listening to this type of content will automatically make your English clearer, easier, and more confident. Now let us begin the journey, and as the story unfolds, remember the question from the beginning, because the answer is hidden inside every layer of what we are about to explore. If we look back into history, Satanism did not begin as a spiritual guidance or a path of wisdom, but as a direct reaction, a form of rebellion against centuries of moral values, community traditions, and spiritual teachings that shaped human behavior. And in many cases, this early form was centered not around building something good, but around rejecting everything that symbolized goodness, order, and structure. And because of this, it attracted people who were angry, hurt, confused, or disconnected. As time passed, this idea changed shape many times, sometimes turning into a symbol of shock, sometimes becoming a form of extreme individual expression, and sometimes becoming a philosophical protest that denied the importance of moral principles. And this transformation made it easier for people to adopt it without even realizing that they were stepping into something empty and destructive. Over the decades, certain trends in music, entertainment, fashion, and online culture began to normalize darkness, emotional numbness, and the belief that life has no meaning. And these messages slowly entered the minds of the young, especially those who were dealing with loneliness, stress, heartbreak, or confusion. And this silent entry is what allowed the mindset to grow. In the modern world, the spread is even more hidden because today it does not need rituals, it does not need gatherings, and it does not need open identification. Instead, it spreads through attitudes, through jokes, through symbols used without understanding, through content that glorifies chaos, and through messages that cleverly make people lose faith in goodness, discipline, family, empathy, and emotional health. The reason this spread is dangerous is because it damages people slowly. It does not break them in one day. It first removes their hope, then weakens their purpose, then attacks their identity, and then convinces them that caring, loving, and being responsible are old-fashioned ideas that have no value in the modern world. And once a person believes this, they become emotionally empty, mentally distracted, and spiritually weak. This mindset destroys people by making them believe that darkness is freedom, that chaos is exciting, and that moral values limit creativity. But in reality, these beliefs only push people into emotional instability, impulsive decisions, disconnection from loved ones, and a constant search for pleasure that never brings real happiness. In many cases, people do not even notice how they change, how their patience disappears, how their empathy fades, how their thinking becomes harsh, how their lifestyle becomes careless,
and how their heart becomes numb. And this numbness is one of the strongest signs of silent destruction. The spread becomes even stronger through social media, where negative ideas travel faster than positive ones, where shock value becomes entertainment, where pain becomes aesthetic, and where people reward darkness with attention, likes, and views without realizing they are feeding something that slowly harms their own emotional well-being. Young minds, especially those who feel misunderstood, become easy targets for this mindset because it promises power, independence, rebellion, and escape. But in truth, it only takes away their clarity, peace, and ability to build a meaningful future. Another harmful part of this influence is the way it encourages people to detach from their families, from their responsibilities, and from the people who love them, by convincing them that isolation is strength, when in reality, isolation is the perfect environment for emotional destruction. As this mindset grows, people become more cynical, more negative, more sarcastic, more emotionally cold, and more disconnected from real human experiences. And this change slowly destroys relationships, careers, dreams, and mental health. The hidden operations behind this mindset do not require secret groups or dark rituals. Instead, they operate through cultural influence, psychological manipulation, emotional triggers, and the normalization of darkness in content, entertainment, and trends. And this level of subtle influence is far more powerful than anything openly dangerous. To protect yourself from this, you do not need fear or panic. You need awareness, identity, purpose, and a clear understanding of right and wrong. Because a person who knows who they are cannot be easily manipulated. A person who understands their value cannot be easily misled. And a person who has inner light cannot be pulled into silent darkness. The most powerful protection is to hold on to kindness, empathy, connection, and meaning, because these values keep your mind strong, your heart awake, and your life balanced. And when your inner foundation is strong, negative ideas lose their power. And now, returning to the question from the beginning, what is the real danger behind all of this? It is not a group, not a ritual, not a symbol, but the slow acceptance of destructive ideas that appear harmless at first. The small thoughts that whisper that nothing matters, the tiny habits that weaken your discipline, the subtle influences that change your heart without your permission. And once you recognize this, you begin to see how important it is to protect your mind, your identity, and your future. If you want more powerful and eye-opening lessons like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice truly matters, and I would love to hear what you think.